mean, I know you had thyroid cancer.
I had the cancer, yes.
I mean, when I hear the word thyroid and cancer, it just sounds like that's not a good cancer to have.
It's not a bad cancer to have.
I mean, if you're going to have cancer,
it's super treatable if you catch it on time. The problem is if you don't catch it, if you don't know you have it, it can spread to your lungs pretty quickly. I got crazy lucky. I got saved. I went to a masseuse. I went for a full relaxation massage. And at the end of the massage, she massaged my neck. And I was like, what is she doing? No one ever does that. Like the front of my neck. And at the end of the massage, my full relaxation massage, she told me she felt a lump. And I was like, well, that's not relaxing. And then I didn't even think anything of it. And like 3 months later, I went to my physical and my doctor was like, he checked me up and down and he was like, at the end of the session, he was like, is there anything else you want to tell me? And I was like, I went to this masseuse and she told me I had a lump on my neck. I don't know. And he felt my neck and he was like, there's two lumps. And I was like, oh shit.
He looked concerned. He looked concerned.
Well, it was concerning at the time, as you can imagine. But it came after I had a nervous breakdown that year, which all was because of the thyroid. Like your thyroid stops functioning and you get crazy depressed and like it really messes with your head. So it kind of was like a relief. I was like, oh, that's why I've been freaking out. Is like I'm not healthy. Like I'm not physically okay. And it was kind of like that year was so crazy that just being told I had cancer was like, well, of course I have cancer. In fact, I went out to dinner with John Hurwitz, who created Cobra Kai and the Harold and Kumar movies.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you're not going to believe this, but I have cancer. And he said, of course you have cancer. I guess people just expect me to be sickly, but
that's terrible. And even just, of course.
Yeah. I thought it was bad in the moment too. I didn't think it was funny, but looking back, it was. And anyway, I caught it, and it's super treatable. And I'm still in contact. I found the masseuse, and I'm still in contact with her. I sent her a bunch of gifts. She saved my life, and she didn't have to do that. And a little bit of an angel there. And but like the problem is, you lose your thyroid. They removed my whole thyroid, right? So I became super fat.
Is that what happens when you lose your thyroid? You get fat. I don't know how these things work.
I'm severely hypothyroid. And what that means is like I'm on the highest dose of the medicine that people take to replace their thyroid, which is called Synthroid. And even with that dose, man, like I cannot eat without gaining like tremendous amounts of weight really fast. Like,
what was the height of your weight?
232.
Does that make sense? The height of your weight?
The height of my weight. The weight of my height. 232 at 5'6". The average weight or the recommended weight for a person that's 5'6" is 155. So 232, I was pretty overweight.
Right. Now, being an actor and being in Hollywood, and look, I think you're one of the best. I think you're tremendous. I think, we can get into that. No, but I really, really respect your work. And even seeing like highlights of Leopoldstadt, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
That you put on Instagram, I believe.
Yeah, I put one.
I was blown away.
Thanks,
I was
man.
like, he's English. He's this character. I haven't seen you play something like that. And, you got a Drama League Award, you get nominated for a Drama League Award for that. And I'm like, I always thought you were a great actor, but I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. He's on Broadway. He's a Broadway. This is a fucking actor. But my question is, when you're 232 pounds, I'm sure people are kind of like on your Instagram or looking around and go, God, that guy got fat. Really. What happened? Were you aware? Were you like, Were you embarrassed by it, or you were just like, you are embarrassed by it?
Yeah, well, I wish I'd never been skinny, or else because then people wouldn't do that. But like when I did like numbers, for instance, like I was super skinny, and then you get big later in life for whatever reason, and and people are mean about it. I don't know, embarrassed maybe. I was disappointed in myself and frustrated because it wasn't like I was overeating. It was just I was gaining weight regardless. And that was really tough. As an actor, like if I wasn't an actor, I guess I wouldn't care that much. Like it's unhealthy, but I wouldn't like try to lose a lot of weight.
Because you're not in the limelight as much. You're not like, at all when you're not an actor. You don't have to think about that.
New Jersey, fuck it. I'm Jersey skinny. The 232 is Jersey athletic. But as an actor, it started to really bother me, especially because it just felt like, oh no, like I'm not going to I'm going to lose opportunities. And then what happened was, I got a lot of like opportunities to play chunky guys, but then there's always some like ribbing in all these scripts, like, oh, the fat guy. And, and it was like, wow, I guess that's what I've got to do is just be the big guy suddenly.